Hello.
Yeah.
Um, I wanted to make a quick statement and commentary, and then you can tell me if it's shit. And then also I had a question. Um, Firstly, I just want to honor the lives lost of Captain Cody Kirk, Sergeant First Class Nicole Armour, Sergeant Declan Cody, and Sergeant First Class Noah Tietjens. I swear that if they are buried in Arlington, I am going to go honor their memory in Arlington. We only know of those 4. I know that there's 6 that we've lost total, and that was just really affected me this morning. The other thing that I wanted to say, and I need to first of all recognize that I'm saying this from a place of great privilege because I am not in an affected area by any stretch of the imagination. But my mentality right now, and I think that we need to sustain as a group, is like, we did not come this far to only come this far. You know, we certainly did not come this far to only come this far. And I think we all need to maintain that mentality as we go into the days ahead. What I tell my friends, like locally, to focus on a lot is like, do not pay attention to like the Sepahi trolls. Like, do not pay attention to these Nayaki bitches. Like, they want to destroy your morale. They want to sow fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That is their goal. And low key, this is where my commentary might be getting conspiratorial. But with this whole news that came out regarding the arming of Kurds or whatever, what have you, I first saw that news reported in the New York Times. Maybe it wasn't first reported by the New York Times. I'm not sure, but I think so. I'm highly suspicious of that. And to be honest, that news being released right now makes me feel like that is intended to increase fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Saying like, "Oh my gosh, they're thinking about doing this. Did we do the right thing? Is this the right move?" Like I personally have, and again, it's intuition, but this like intuitive feeling that like this is intended to increase that fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And so I want people to like think about that. Like think about the news that you're receiving. Think about who's reporting it and who might have an incentive to influence you one way or another. And what could be the intended impact of just the mere mention of this might be happening, right? They want us to feel uncertain. They want us to fear. They want us to have doubt. They want us to doubt that we did the right thing. But we all know that we did not come this far to only come this far. And so that's what I have been thinking about a lot today. And I know that a lot of people have been feeling this FUD because of what Trump was saying yesterday about we want someone inside the country, whatever, what have you. Like, don't forget that we are still getting the regime TV hacked with messages from Pahlavi. How do you think that happens? You know what I mean? So like I think we have this fear of like, oh, who are they talking about? Who's doing what? Who's doing what? We've seen no one else except Pahlavi be telegraphed to the Iranian people. Who has the means to do that? You know what I mean? So like try not to like they want you to have doubt. Try not to have that doubt. Look at what you're seeing with your eyes, not just rumors. Not just rumors or something said offhand. So that was my statement. You can tell me what you think about that, Armin. And then also my question was like, if they attacked Turkey, shouldn't that freaking trigger the NATO collective defense agreement, like Article 5? Like, trust me, I don't believe in like all of these international institutions. I think they're all talk. But theoretically, isn't that an attack against all? Like, excuse me? So, Armin, what do you think?
I think you have such a good point because, and I actually didn't consider that, right? Because, somebody like Ali Javamardi, who's now working for Voice of America and is close to working for this woman who's also very close to the Trump administration. All they have to, and we know Ali Javamardi, like he's very likely that he's also in touch with many people from the Islamic Republic, and we know the Islamic Republic has a history of using separate and actually using separatist groups to get the Iranian people to their attempt to have a rally around the flag attempt, right? Or to try to make the opposition feel less motivated to fight the Islamic Republic because they see that they're so divided, and many, the separatists are so useful for the Islamic Republic because the Islamic Republic considers this to be the most sacred thing for the Iranian people. And if it always tries to show that, oh no, the borders are being challenged, so don't do what you're doing because the borders are going to be challenged, Iran is going to be cut into pieces. Always, the Islamic Republic always has this messaging that the Jews are trying to tear Iran apart, cut it into multiple pieces. They don't just want to get rid of the Islamic Republic; they want a weak Iran. Like they say, the Jews never want Iran to be strong. It's not the problem is not with the Islamic Republic; it's with Iran as a whole. And we know that the Islamic Republic has actually supported the separatist groups that it claims to be fighting as a way to make sure that that's always a threat there. It might be like, I'm not saying this is 100%, but I can imagine getting the separatists to just talk to certain Americans to just say that, okay, we'll consider it. Okay. Because that's not a yes, but it's not a no, and just using that and just running with it. They're like, "Oh,
They have the
they're
biggest
Americans are
motivation. They have
considered."
the biggest incentive.
Right. To just have that on record, like, okay, thank you for, like, we'll think about it. We'll think about, oh, they're thinking about it. So they're consider so then I could go and say the Americans are considering this as a way to do multiple things at the same time. Encourage the pro Pahlavi people to turn against Trump. And we know that when you turn against Trump, Trump is going to, like, react negatively to you. So maybe we could, like, poke them to attack President Trump. And also we could tell the people in Iran that we told you so, that look what they're doing, they're trying to tear up Iran into pieces. So you're right, like, just getting any American official to just say, "Well, think about it," as a way for you to use that to say that they're considering it, is really effective information warfare. If Yeah, you're right. You know what, I'm actually have to go mention this on the show as well. Now that you mention it, that's a good warning. It's like, not only that's a good thing to think about, it's also an effective way to get the Iranian people not to overreact. Because if I go say that this could be what's happening, then the Iranian people are like, oh, the Islamic Republic is trying to get us to attack Trump. So we shouldn't attack Trump. That's the best way for me to, what you said, Susie, is the best way for me to encourage Iranians not to attack President Trump on this, because it might be an Islamic Republic strategy for us to do so. That's a very good way of framing it.
What do you think about the whole NATO situation, though?
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. Yeah, like, the Islamic Republic didn't just attack Turkey; they attacked NATO. Like, what? But yeah, sure. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, they attacked Cyprus is not part of NATO, but they're part of the EU. So we could have said, like, oh, they attacked EU, but now they attack NATO, which is, by the way, the point that you're saying that, oh, these are just like, these not seem to mean much anyways, is that Spain is now saying that we have nothing to do with this, we don't want to get involved. Like, what about now? Like, you should be involved now because they attacked NATO. So is Spain still going to stay out of this? Like, you shouldn't be staying out of this. I mean, is the UK is also like, I don't know. I think they're sending a ship, but they're saying we're just doing for defense purposes. Well, you can't anymore because NATO was attacked. So I don't know how they're going to stay outside. I mean, if they do stay outside even after NATO is attacked, then your theory regarding this not meaning much is confirmed. So we'll see how they react now, because they have to respond now.
I don't know how you're gonna sit this one out, bud.
Yeah.
You're going up to bat.
Right.
But,
Exactly.
I think Jeffrey wanted to respond to the NATO
Yep.
point. He had a
That's
reaction.
it.
Like, you guys are hitting two very key important points. One is think where you are right now. Not that you have to stop. I'm saying to take confident, like take heart in where you are right now. The air campaign that was carried out in the first 24 hours was 7 times the intensity, above and beyond the scope, and 7 times the intensity, meaning the amount of targets hit in a given amount of time, than what occurred during shock and awe in the opening stages of Operation Iraqi Freedom. The administration has said, yeah, the strikes that are going to come, and Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said this morning, is going to go up quite a bit. They're going to hunt down every single one of these guys, and they're all going to get warheads on foreheads. So you should take that should be something to take heart in, albeit not take your eyes off the prize, right? The goal. Just take heart in that. The other one with regards to a agent of influence, and this is why Armin, you and everybody else here, Goldie, you touched on two key lines of efforts that you have been doing that has been extremely important. One is the battle of the narratives that you are like becoming increasingly capable at. I can't tell you how proud I am of all of you. The other one is link analysis, right? To outline these people have organizational operational ties to the adversary and make sure everybody else knows that those organizational operational ties exist. Because the first thing you do in isolating and then undermining an agent of influence's impact is outing them as being just that.